Live, local, late breaking. This is NewsWatch 12 at 6.
Fire season officially beginning today in Curry, Klamath, and Lake counties, bringing the entirety of southern Oregon from the Idaho border to the coast into fire season. While fire danger levels vary, the risk is present and rising as we head into warm and dry weather. Now, thank you for joining us tonight for NewsWatch 12 at 6. I'm Haley Gravitt. We'll talk more about the restrictions that come with fire season in a moment, but first, let's share the impact these fires have on our community.
It'll definitely make you feel lost and heartbroken.
Lost and heartbroken. This is the experience of a couple who lost their home in the Juniper Fire. Rocky Walker went to the site of the devastation and shares their story.
Just a week ago, where I'm standing right now was the site of a bed. Now it's reduced to pieces of metal and burnt ashes.
It felt like a nightmare that we couldn't wake up from.
Thursday the 28th is a day Wayne McCormick and Rachel Lovato will never forget. The day they lost everything in the Juniper Fire.
But I've never gone through anything like this in my life.
Flames moved through his family property, reducing his home and everything in it to rubble.
My son's birth certificate, our social security cards.
Not just losing possessions, but the life of 3 of their dogs.
Oh, that morning I left to Walmart and I said, "Bye, the dogs, be good. I'll be back." Like I always do.
Puppies left to him by his late mother, lost alongside everything else she left him.
Lost the connection with my mom. It feels like lost all her photos that I had of her, everything, all her memorial stuff that I had.
Not just burning their possessions, but their stability.
Parking over on my dad's side of the property, sleeping in the car. I've been just wandering around town while she's at work.
Leaving a couple that already works to make ends meet underwater.
I already worked 2 jobs to try to
have what we had. It took us since we've been here to build what we had.
Now they work to build their lives over, hoping their story can teach a lesson to others.
Don't burn on windy days.
Don't burn on windy days. That's why they have the signs up on the highway.
In Montague, I'm Rocky Walker.
The Juniper Fire burned 49 acres before being fully contained, destroying just one structure, the one you just saw. The cause is still unknown and under investigation. Now, all of southern Oregon is now officially in fire season. Klamath and Lake counties started their fire season today in moderate fire danger, and Jackson and Josephine counties will join them Saturday. We told you yesterday there'd be a change. We now are looking into new restrictions. But what does that mean for your yard, and why does it matter? We checked in with ODF to see how common household tools like lawnmowers can quickly spark a fire. Starting Saturday, new rules take effect across Jackson and Josephine counties. Campfires and charcoal are banned except in designated campgrounds. Chainsaws, welders, and mowers can't be used on dry grass from 1 to 8 p.m. Off-road driving is limited unless you carry a shovel and water. These rules reduce sparks during the hottest, driest parts of the day when fires start.
If you're working and you're in that groove, you may not notice initially that it started a fire, especially because it may just be 1 or 2 sparks. But honestly, that's all it really takes in that dry grass in the heat of the day.
And it's not about how your tools are powered, gas, battery, or electric. If they cut, spin, or grind over dry vegetation, they can spark a fire. Even parking a hot engine on grass can ignite one. Even today, while ODF was demonstrating, they were using caution due to the winds and the high heat. So let's check in on that high heat. We're joined by Storm Tracker 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman to give us a look at our conditions, Matt.
Yeah, we've really started to see those temperatures warm up today away from the coast, and it's only going to get hotter as we head into this weekend. We've had some passing higher level clouds, but generally mostly sunny conditions across the region. Let's take a look at those temperatures. We're up to 92 degrees in Medford. It's 91 in Grants Pass, 86 degrees in Montague, 83 in Klamath Falls. Cooler though along the coast. That Checo effect has broken down. We're 23 degrees cooler than this time yesterday in Brookings, and expect those cooler conditions for the coast, periods of marine layer clouds and fog to continue even into this weekend. Notice those temperatures inland, though, warmer than this time yesterday. We're going to keep heating things up into this weekend. Late day breezes picking up in the Rogue Valley, the Klamath Basin, and the Shasta Valley. We'll see this again for tomorrow as well, but again, it's going to be only hotter for your Saturday away from the coast. Some passing higher level clouds, but we should clear things out as we head into this evening and tonight in the Rogue Valley. Still in the lower 70s by 11 o'clock. Sunset is at 8:46 p.m. Tonight, down to about 58 degrees in Grants Pass, 49 in Klamath Falls, down to 55 in Wairika. And then for tomorrow, sunny skies for most of southern Oregon. It's going to be hotter with some of our west side valleys getting close to 100 degrees. We will be on the cooler side, though, along the coast. Coming up, we'll talk more about this heat, how long it sticks around, and the latest on some thunderstorm chances in our extended forecast. It's all coming up in just a bit. Haley.
And with that extreme heat expected Sunday and the risk for heat-related illnesses reaching moderate, be sure to take precautions against this weekend's heat. Take a look at your screens here. There is a moderate level of risk for heat-related illness, so make sure to drink more water even if you don't feel thirsty. Take breaks in the shade or find somewhere with air conditioning. Wear light clothing and avoid being outside during the hottest parts of the day. So if you don't have an effective air conditioning area, need shelter, Mint is operating a cooling shelter in Grants Pass. Located at 218 Redwood Highway, the cooling shelter has a new AC installed system and will be open during the latest hours of Sunday. Between 1 p.m. and 7 p.m., doors will be open and snacks as well as light meals will also be provided. And if you plan on taking a dip to cool off this summer, be aware of water conditions. Oscar Rodriguez tells us how you can remain safe during your next trip to the waters.
The start of summer and the rise of temperature, people will start heading out to the water. But what people don't know is the water can be very cold and dangerous during this time.
With the increased temps, it's really tempting to jump in, cool off. You should do that, but again, wear a life jacket.
According to experts, even experienced swimmers can lose muscle control due to the water being too cold. Will Volper, owner of Indigo Creek Outfitters, says to always wear a life jacket and bring extra layers. Volper showed me how to properly wear a life jacket and some steps people forget to do when wearing one.
And so make sure you get that one. That one's really important.
So right now, you tighten it. Is that what a lot of people forget to do when they usually throw?
Yeah, a lot of people they'll throw a life jacket on, but they keep them too loose. I'm out of the boat right now, or if you were out swimming, this thing would actually float up above your face like this. It's super uncomfortable and makes it difficult to breathe.
He shared to make sure the life jacket is strapped tightly, especially if you go rafting.
For the rafting world, we pull people back into the boats using these shoulder straps. Okay. So it's important that it fits you nice and tight.
Not just rafting, but if you're trying to relax by the river or lake, the currents can be deceptively strong, highlighting the importance of a life jacket. So if you're planning to head over to the rivers or lakes, prepare to experience some cold temperatures and to always wear a life jacket. From Medford, I'm Oscar Rodriguez.
And last winter's storm caused a lot of damage throughout the region, but a lodge building at the Joseph Stewart County Park on Lost Creek Lake has been rebuilt after suffering from massive storm damage. During the storm, a tree fell and cut through the center of the lodge. The Jackson County Parks team worked with local contractors to prevent any further water damage. As of this week, the rebuilt lodge has reopened to the public. You can expect full operations beginning next weekend with ice cream, pizza, fishing, tackle, and camping supplies. If you forgot your life jacket, forget your fishing license, the lodge can help you. Both get covered there. And in case you missed it, some bears were sighted multiple times in Medford yesterday evening. Two bears, a mother and her cub, were spotted just off of East McAndrews Road. The Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife says if you see a bear, stay calm and give it space. Go outdoors, keep pets inside, and don't feed it. Make noise from a safe distance if you need to, and call ODFW or 911 if you feel the bear is a threat. Now, summer isn't usually considered the season of giving, but an online summer clothing drive is making a splash, delivering essential items for local kids. CASA of Jackson County and Windermere have been collaborating for 8 years to bring clothes, shoes, toys, and even diapers to kids who depend on the community. CASA's local program manager says whether it's donations or volunteers, now is when they need help.
We absolutely depend on our community and their donations to help our children. You know, most of our children live in poverty, and so when a CASA comes to their house with new clothes or diapers, even whatever they need, it's such a huge help. So we're very grateful today.
CASA says it's always best to call and ask what items they need, as it can vary. In clothing for that drive is particularly what they're looking for. CASA created an Amazon wish list where community members could donate directly. Windermere then delivered donated items to CASA. All right, my favorite part of the week. Last week's Pet of the Week, Buster, is settling into his new home. So let's go ahead and meet this week's stunning and goofy Pet of the Week, Damon. Take a look. Wait till you see his eyes. Beautiful. This 3-year-old Siberian Husky will be turning heads, whether it's with his striking appearance or his vocal nature. With a personality true to his breed, Damon is always ready for an adventure and hopes his next one is with a family that knows a Husky's needs. Intelligent, playful, and energetic, it'll never be a dull moment with him. So if you want to meet Damon, you can find him at the Jackson County Animal Shelter. Their operation hours are on your screen now. Damon is not suited for a home with chickens or small animals, but is excited to meet any dogs in his new life. Damon will be singing with joy when he finds out his next adventure is in a loving new home.